Women are dead after an early morning shooting inside a Kansas City nightclub. Thanks for watching here at 10. I'm Gianni Navarro. Just a few hours ago, we learned the names of those who lost their lives. 29-year-old Ebony Silas and 24-year-old Tashana Ballard. Police say they were inside Status KC when someone pulled out a gun and started shooting. The club is on Southwest Boulevard, just east of the state line. It's down the street from Ponak's and Margarita's Mexican restaurants. They were both closed at the time. KCTV5's Ali Espinosa has reaction.
The sign here is clear: no firearms or weapons allowed inside. But somehow someone early this morning brought one in anyway and opened fire.
A memorial now marks the entrance to Club Status, where 2 women were killed and 2 others hurt in an early morning shooting. But there's something else at the entrance that's raising questions Sunday night.
I think there have been issues over the years, but for the most part, from what I've always understood is that they had security. But of course, what I've learned is that these shots were fired inside of the business, and that indicates to me that someone was able to get that firearm in somehow.
Just after 2 Sunday morning, gunfire erupted inside. 4 people were shot, 2 women killed, a 3rd woman was hurt, and a man remains in critical condition. Jackson County Sheriff's deputies were working security when it happened.
I have requested that the city's multidisciplinary task force look into this matter and speak with the business owner to understand what did or didn't happen to make this an unsafe place for residents.
And as you can see, this memorial has been growing here all day as the community tries to make sense of what happened. Police still have not identified any suspects in this case. Reporting in KCMO, Ali Espinosa, KCTV 5 News.